I've been hearing that this gaming phone, sitting around 6,000 to 7,000 yuan, is absolutely flying off the shelves. I don't have the exact sales numbers, but chances are it's outperforming the flagship camera phone from the same period, the Ultra, especially that top-tier 24GB RAM plus 1TB storage version. Honestly, it feels like iQOO has quietly pulled off something big this year, largely thanks to the strong reputation of the iQOO 15. All right, let's jump into the unboxing of the iQOO 15 Ultra. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from Maiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. I picked up the 2049 Silver model with 16GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. There are two color options overall, 2049 Silver and 2077 Black. Which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments. First up, let's check out what's in the box. The silver version comes with a white silicone case, just like the regular iQOO 15. If you go for the black model, you'll get a black silicone case instead. The iQOO logo is embossed on the back, and the inside has this soft matte texture. The quality actually feels pretty premium. Next, you've got the quick start guide. Under that is the charging setup, which still supports 100-watt wired fast charging and 40 watts wireless charging. But the real highlight this time is the cable. The L-shaped capsule charging cable is back, and it still uses dual USB-C ends. The capsule-style connector is designed so it doesn't get in the way while gaming, although to be honest, the phone feels even better in hand when you're not plugged in. Down at the bottom, you'll also find the SIM ejector tool. There's even a small cleaning tool included for basic maintenance, and the fan module can be removed pretty easily. Now let's take a look at the back of the phone. Personally, I think the silver version looks way cooler than the black one. This time around, the back panel uses fiberglass instead of glass, like on the iQOO 15. The fiberglass has this subtle hexagonal pattern, and the whole rear is finished in matte silver, which does a great job resisting fingerprints. When light hits it, you get this icy blue shimmer that feels really fresh and unique. The iQOO logo is done in black for contrast. The camera module design has also changed a bit. The iQOO 15 had a more oval-shaped bump, while this one leans toward a squarer look. Which style do you like more? The rounded corners of the camera module match the rounded frame of the phone, so everything feels more balanced and the camera bump doesn't look overly bulky. You can spot a ring of icy blue decoration at the bottom of the camera module, and there's also a tree-like pattern along the side. The silver mixed with that icy blue tone honestly looks fantastic. The camera layout itself feels more refined too. The lenses almost appear to float, like they're neatly arranged in a small storage compartment. It's still a triple camera setup, same as the iQOO 15. You've got the Sony IMX921 as the main sensor, a 3x periscope telephoto using the Sony IMX882, and a GN1 ultra-wide lens. That said, the camera algorithms seem to have been improved, so I'll dive deeper into that in a later test. Here's the Ultra logo, and right next to it, you'll notice a red fan icon. This is one of the biggest upgrades on the Ultra. It comes with a built-in cooling fan. You can see the main air intake at the bottom, while the exhaust vents out from the side, showing off that active cooling system. Personally, I think this is a must-have for gaming phones. It makes a real difference when it comes to keeping frame rates stable during long gaming sessions. Overall, the design feels very polished, and in my opinion, it looks noticeably better than the iQOO 15. The sides still use a matte aluminum alloy frame, and another big upgrade here is the addition of two shoulder buttons. These are recessed and touch-sensitive rather than physical buttons, which means they respond faster. You can also see the speaker grills positioned at both the bottom and the top. The display size is exactly the same as the iQOO 15, coming in at 6.85 inches. It still uses Samsung's highly praised M14 luminous panel, just like the iQOO 15, and the phone keeps the latest ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, which is already set up and ready to go. What you're seeing here is the default wallpaper. The bezels look almost identical to the iQOO 15 as well. The sides and top are about the same thickness, while the bottom chin is just slightly wider. Now let's talk about the resolution. You're still getting that rare 2K display paired with a peak refresh rate of 144 Hz. On top of that, you can customize refresh rates for different apps. The color tuning remains natural, professional, and vivid, and honestly, the default natural mode already looks great to me. This screen also supports extremely high brightness levels, and it's an 8T LTPO panel with global full screen display support, which is a nice bonus and makes everyday use smoother. To be honest, this display is still incredibly comfortable and bright. I used the iQOO 15 for about 2 or 3 months, and when I switched phones, the one thing I truly missed was that screen. Its color accuracy and outdoor visibility were on another level. Even the touch response on the iQOO 15 felt better, which made gaming noticeably smoother. Now with the Ultra, things get even better, thanks to slightly higher peak brightness. Overall, it feels very similar to the iQOO 15, just refined. You also still get the AR anti-reflective film pre-installed. I won't dive too deep into specs since most of you already know they're top tier. It's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen5 processor, paired with LPDDR5X memory, UFS 4.1 storage, and the Q3 gaming chip. So yeah, gaming performance definitely isn't a concern here. The battery is rated at 7,400 mAh, which is about 400 mAh larger than the iQOO 15. It's a decent upgrade, though not massive. You also get symmetrical dual speakers using dual 115 units, and from what we've heard, the sound quality has been improved. Let's do a quick listen. You can immediately tell the dynamics are better. Honestly, the audio experience is a big step up compared to the regular iQOO 15. The vibration motor remains the large 09116 unit, which is still considered one of the best in today's smartphones. As for the cooling fan, you can turn it off if you want, or choose between smart, low noise, and high speed modes. It supports automatic on and off, and you can also control it manually. Even at full speed, the fan produces more of a low-frequency sound that isn't sharp or annoying. Another nice touch is the rear camera lighting effects, which can sync with ambient sound. The settings menu is pretty detailed too, letting you customize things like time-based effects and call notification sounds. All of these options can be enabled if you like. Alright, that wraps up this quick unboxing of the iQOO 15 Ultra. Later on, we'll bring you gaming performance tests and a deeper look at daily usage. Compared to the iQOO 15, this one definitely costs more, but in return you get an active cooling fan, shoulder buttons, a slightly larger battery, improved speakers, and a few other small upgrades. So the big question is, do you think it's worth the extra money? The base version of the iQOO 15 Ultra starts at 5,699 yuan in China, which is roughly around 600 pounds in the UK, or about 822 US dollars. Its target audience is clearly different from the iQOO 15. If you don't have super demanding gaming needs, the iQOO 15 is already more than enough. This Ultra model is really aimed at hardcore gamers or anyone with a bigger budget who wants a more premium experience. If you've got any questions about this phone, drop them in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our tech family for more awesome reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.